Hey you guys, we are going to be playing a game of this or that. All right, so I want to thank my girl Julie at the Created Curvy who tagged me in this or that tag. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys this or that, because you could get with this or you could get with that. You could get with this or you could get with that. You could get with this or you could get with that. Y'all go tell me this or that. All right, so let's get into it. So if that's some content you would like to see, please continue to watch.
I remember, I don't f anywhere in town. Thinking about the ways to get my bread up. Trying to see the train we was up.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rochelle from Rochelle.Handmade.Designs, and in this video, we are going to be playing this or that. So if you are new to the channel, welcome. Hello, ciao, guten tag, aloha, hola, konnichiwa, wagwan, samadani, salom, bonjour. If you are returning, you guys know what to do. Go get you something to drink and a quick snack. Come on and take this ride with me, because we're going to be very short, sweet, and to the point, because I'm going to tell you if I prefer one thing over the other. All right. Now, I do want to mention that there are topics. There's 4 topics to this or that. This was created by, well, it was a podcast. It was Love to Sew podcast, and they played this or that. Julie bought it to the sewing community for a sewing edition of this or that. So I am going to share with you guys if I prefer one thing over the other. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the first topic. The first topic is sewing prep. All right. So am I going to be shopping new versus shopping my stash? All right, so you guys already know, like, your girl always go to her stash first, because I like to save my coins. Like, that is nothing new. You guys know that about me. So when I decide on something I want to sew, the first thing that I do is always go to my stash to see if I have some fabric for it. Now, you guys know I buy fabric all the time as well. Now, one thing that I will say that I hardly shop my stash for is if I'm building a collection. And by the way, I want to say thank you guys so much for loving the Paris collection. If you have not seen that video, I will put it in the description box below and on the end screen, so you could go to that video after this video. Let's go ahead and get back into it. So yes, I will definitely shop my stash before buying something new. All right. So the next question is PDF versus paper pattern. All right. I have a video about how many patterns I have, so you guys already know. I'm a pattern girl, not a PDF girl. However, I do own PDFs. All right. So that's what I like. Pattern goes on sale all the time for $1.99. So your girl's going to definitely buy patterns over PDFs. However, I buy PDF too, not as much as I buy patterns. All right, let's get over into the next one. Cutting versus tracing patterns. Okay, so your girl is all about just cutting. I can't stand tracing, but I have been starting to trace more patterns, only because I only want to buy one pattern, because you guys know I have a lot of patterns. I only want to buy one pattern, and if I like it, I will buy another one before it goes off sale to keep in my stash and just trace that pattern and have a fresh new cut. All right. So your girl is all about cutting versus tracing. Getting over into the next one is muslins versus go for it. You guys know your girl's not about those muslins. However, I have been needing to do more muslins now than before. I only do muslins when I am testing a pattern that I have not done and the structure is different than what I normally do. So, but I am all about a go for it. All right. So we're going to cut into the fabric. We're going to cut into the pattern. And if it doesn't work, guess what? I'll just give it to one of my siblings. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the second topic now. So the second topic is all about fabrics. So the first question is in-store versus shopping online. So me, I am an in-store type of person. I want to feel it. I want to touch it. I want to look at the fabric bowl and see what is the content in this fabric. However, I know you guys say, well, Rochelle, you have a lot of Ankara fabric. How do you do that? I can't, okay? But because I can't, that's when I shop online, and I literally only shop online for my Ankara fabrics. And you guys have asked me, where do I source my fabric from? I have told you guys this before. I go to House of Mami Wata, Afric Clothing Store. I haven't been to Wax Prince Lace and More in a while, but I have purchased from them. I have purchased from Etsy. So what I will do is put all the vendors in the description box below so you are aware where I purchased from. If they have a website, I'll put it there. But if they have an Etsy shop, I will definitely put it there. You're welcome. All right. So it will be in the description box below. So go open up the description box below so you can see the different vendors. All right. Moving over to the second question. It is knit versus woven. Listen, your girl is all about those wovens. I'm not a fan of knits, or actually sewing with knits all the time. I do know a couple of individual knits is their jam. Woven is definitely my jam. You guys know if I have a lot of Ankara, what type of fabric is that? Woven. I like the way it moves. I like the way it feels. And in this Orlando, Florida heat, I need my wovens. Knits will just completely make me hotter. All right. I know I'm hot, but it will definitely make me hotter than what I am. All right. Moving over to the next question. It is tumble dry versus hang to dry. All right, so listen, you guys, when it comes to my DIY or hand sewn garments, I am a tumble dry on air or low heat. So I do not hang my clothes up to dry whatsoever unless it's something that does not need to be in the dryer, like your suedes. Hang to dry, baby. Please hang to dry. Leather. Hang to dry, baby. Hang to dry, okay? So when it comes to like my Ankara fabric, because you guys ask me this all the time, do I actually hang it or tumble dry? I tumble dry all of my handmade items in the dryer on no heat or air. If you do not have the no heat option, you can definitely put it on air. It preserves the colors a lot longer and it doesn't look like you're tossing it on heat and your colors are fading. That's what I prefer. Let's go ahead and move over to the next one. All right. So the next one is a rotary cutters versus scissors. You guys have been following my sew alongs. Every sew along, you guys see me use the rotary cutter. I am all about cutting patterns with rotary cutters. In my early days, it was scissors, but once I found that rotary cutter, guess what? I have never looked back. For those of my babies who loves the scissors, guess what? More power to you, but I just feel like it's just easier. It fits my life for a rotary cutter. Those scissors just don't. Now, if I'm snipping some notches or something like that, yes, for the scissors, but no, baby, we go use that rotary cutter. You're welcome. Let's go ahead and move over to the next topic. So the next topic is clothing construction. And the first question is, are we going to follow the pattern or are we going to wing it? Guess what, y'all? Rochelle follows patterns, but however, we are going to wing it. And what I mean by that is I don't follow the pattern as step 1 all the way to step 20. We probably will do step 1 to step 5, skip over to step 15, and then come on back. All right. It's basically building I have a way of how I construct garments and stuff like that. So no, I am not a follow the instructions 100%, but I try to follow the instructions as much as possible. But yet we will wing it when the instructions are not meeting my expectations. All right. Moving over to the next one. It's bias tape finish versus facing. You guys know, I just said it. I have a video for this. I am a facing type girl. I can't stand bias tape at my neck or my armhole. However, if it's bias tape for like the seams on the inside, like when I did my trench coat, which was Butterick 6331, I'll put it up on the screen so you see it, and also in the description box below so you can go to that video and on the end screen. But when I did that, of course, bias tape was better than just serging, but I am all about the facing because I want to save my coins. I don't want to buy bias tape and I can't stand making it. All right. Now, I do not buy bias tape. I will make it over buying the bias tape. So just so you know, I am a facing girl. All right. Moving over to the next one is serge seams versus French seam. You guys know your girl is not finna do no French seams whatsoever. We all about that serger. So I'm gonna make that serger do what it do, because those French seams, nada. Hong Kong finishes, nada. We all about that serging the seams, all right? Moving over to the next one, it's all about button fly or zip fly. Listen, I know a lot of people do elastic. I do elastic. I have done button flies. I have done zip flies. My favorite button fly one is Mimi G's 8889. I love that fly as a button, but your girl is all about the zip flies. Fly front zippers. Yes, that's me. I like a zipper for my pants, and buttons is great, but they pop. Zippers, you got to zip up and down. You could leave a fly open, but I'm all about those zippers. That's just what I prefer. Moving over to the next one. So we're going to talk about, are we going to sew buttons by hand, or are we going to use a machine? You know, I like things that's easy, simple, simplicity. We're going to go with the machine. My machine makes buttons, so we are going to go ahead and use that. Now, when I do sew buttons by hand as well, but when I'm sewing buttons by hand, I'm sitting down on the couch and I'm using like shanks or something like that you don't want to sew with your machine unless you want to break several needles. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and sew those by hand, not by machine. But for the most part, I am a machine button person. All right, moving over to the next one. It's fusible interfacing versus sew-in interfacing. I have used both. I'm all about fusible interfacing instead of sewed-in interfacing. However, if you guys remember back when I did the Disney Afric Princess collection in 2021, I sewed myself as well as my daughter a quilted line jacket. I can't remember the pattern off the top of my head. I think it's Simplicity 8298. I'm going to put the pattern up on the screen as well as a photo of that jacket. Yes, I still have it. Yes, I wear it every once in a blue moon when it's a cold, but I prefer fusible over sew-in interfacing. Just FYI and a tip. Sew-in interfacing is great for bags as well, but fusible is better. Moving over to the next one. Are we gonna snip the threads as we go, or are we going to do it all at once? We're gonna snip as we go, because you guys know how I roll. I am OCD about cleanliness. I had to say it slow, y'all, my bad. I'm all about clean, so it frustrates me when a sewing room is dirty after a project or so. So I'm one who tidy as we go, but you know, sometimes that can't happen because I'm working on many projects at the same time. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to snip as we go. Moving over to the next one. Are we going to press as we go, or are we going to do it all at the end? To me, I feel like a garment sits better when you press as you go instead of doing all the pressing at the end. Of course, I'm going to press as I go. I'm going to press at the end. I'm going to wash it, and then we're going to press again. That's the process that I do, but that's what it is. Let's go ahead and move over to the last topic, which is sewing habits. All right. So the first one is, are we going to do late night sewing or late night seamstress versus daytime seamstress? I'm both. So, and the reason why I say I'm both is because on the weekends, I prefer daytime sewing simply because my kiddos and my husband, they're watching TV doing their thing, and I could get sew-alongs and stuff like that done. But because I work a 40-hour-a-week job, out of the house, I became a late night, not necessarily late night, but between 8 and 11, you know, I am that sewist, all right, after work, all right. Moving over to the next one, it's, are we going to do slow and steady or frantic sewing? Oh my gosh, I am all about frantic sewing. Y'all already know, like, I want to see the end result quicker than anything. I am frantic sewing for sure. All right, moving over to the next one is, are we going to tidy as we go, or are we just going to do one big final clean up session at the end? I just spoke about this. I didn't know this was a question, but I am tidy as we go. Like, I get it. A lot of people clean up at the end because it's like, I'm doing so many projects, but Because my creative juices cannot think when everything is a mess, I have showed y'all several times that I have had a sewing room that looked like a hurricane or tornado and earthquake hit it. And that's only because I was working on a collection and I had different colors out. You set up so many sewing machines and sergers, and that's what happens, all right? Well, that's it for this game of this or that. I hope you enjoyed. I am going to be tagging some individuals. I'm going to put their names all up on the screen as well as in the description box below. Stay tuned for their videos to see what they prefer as well, all right? And if you would like to participate in this, go ahead and do so. Make a video, and if I inspired you, go ahead and tag me so I can see your this or that. All right, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. And since you made it this far, do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe button. Also, smash that notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. So I'll catch you in the next video. And as always, keep sewing.
I remember, I don't feel anywhere in town. Thinking about the ways to get my bread up. Trying to see the train, we was up.